come to me. Oh, my child, come to me, and I will bring you love. I am Isis. As the sun arises, I step from the waters. I come on this day to share an understanding of magic. For so long the earth lived in the innocence and the power of the magic of the divine. You were created divine, creative masters, co-creators with God, Goddess, all that is. And your power was glorified, and your wisdom was honored. And then time began to move in a new direction. And over time, the change from an understanding of the equality of all, man and woman, red, yellow, black, white, and brown, all of the colors. But there are many that walk among you, even in this time, and perhaps more than ever in these times, that if you could see them, you might see that their skin is orange or purple or green. But they have the ability to cloak themselves so that as they move about among you, they are absolutely moving in a life that you don't even know. To feel the magic within yourself, to remember, to remember, to feel it within yourself and recognize it. Well, I can say, feel the magic, and your mind will try to find something magical. It will look for magic. But beloved masters, you cannot find the magic with hard vision. The harder you look, the less you see. But when you relax and soften your vision and allow yourself to feel in your heart and soul the love that empowers the magic, feel it quietly. For magic is not noisy. It has no necessity to shout. The voice of the goddess is quiet, and you must listen in order to hear. Listen, not just listening to hear the sound of a voice stop so that you can speak, but experiencing the vibrational frequency, the resonance of the goddess energy deep within yourself. Feel it. I am with you. Feel my energy with yours as you step into yourself. Feel you in your own body. For many lifetimes, humanity has watched themselves live. They have observed what they are doing. They move about through life and they make choices and they watch the choices outcome or not. But it's time to come home to yourself, to allow the energy that you are to be inside with you, to feel it, to feel the quietness, to feel it. How do you feel to yourself? The question, who am I, begins to be gently answered within you as you feel who you are. The magic of seeing life from a whole new perspective. The beauty, the wonder of things that you've heard about and things that you have been told. But you've also been told, but these things don't exist. This is just a story, something that was concocted to tell children at bedtime. But the story, beloved sons and daughters, the story is your story. You carry it in the cells of your DNA. You were created by the divine to be a magical being, to call the weather, to speak to the seeds as you put them in the ground so that they will grow, to make prayers and send loving energy out over the earth, connecting your heart and soul with the hearts and souls of billions of others. The magic, as it was in the beginning, is the purity of creation. That capability to call what you can imagine. You were created with imagination because the divine said, we will create these souls to populate this earth, and we will watch and see what they create, how their magic takes the cooperative and designs a beautiful place. Feel it within yourself. Relax into the beauty. Rest in the quietude of your inner sanctuary. Feel yourself. Take time to get to know yourself, for in this outer world, the hustle and bustle of the day, the necessity of times to get everything done in this moment. Hurry, hurry. You have no time. And yet in the magic, you have all the time there isn't. For time, as it is divine, is so vast that the moments of life on the earth are simply milliseconds in the time of forever. Moment by moment, you live your life and you turn the calendar pages and you watch the days go by. And in the outer world, you worry about not having enough time. But as you come home, home to the magic, you begin to feel within yourself that time and space are expanding, that there is so much more than you have known, that there is peace and love and caring and compassion that the outer world in this time often scarcely seems to understand. The magic was designed by the divine and it functions in accord with divine law. The law, as it has been taught on the earth, of threefold return. That whatever you put out into the world, your thoughts, your ideas, your actions, your creations, whatever you put out into the world returns to you threefold. And in these times, very often, even greater than that. But divine law does not simply look to see what you have been doing. Divine law feels into your intentions, into your designs. And it is by your intentions, by the love that you share, or the desire to take away, to deny, to withhold. And this is the essence, the energy of divine creation, which returns to you every moment of every day. The law called karma is a divine law of measuring your love, not how much you have. For everyone was granted the access to the allness. But how do you accept the love into your life? And how are you willing to share the love with the world? And so, dearly beloved masters, the magic that you carry was recorded in the cells of your being. It was never forgotten, but only in the last 50,000 years it has been hidden away. It's become a fearsome thing. It's become something that much of the world considers wicked. And even now, in the turning, as life is beginning to move in a completely different direction, a movie called Wicked is about goodness. And the mind says, I don't know what to do, where to look. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it right? Is it wrong? Feel into your power. Dare to connect with the power within. Or many have been afraid to even consider their power. Because what if I abuse it? What if I do something that I shouldn't? What if I was wrong? What if I was bad? But divine creation took all of these things into consideration as that gift of magic was woven into the souls of each and every being. Within you, you know. You can hide from it. You can spend a lot of time working very hard to talk yourself out of believing in magic. And yet, there will always be that spark that when real magic is happening, it triggers the remembrance, the awareness, the understanding within you. The power of woman, of the goddess who, in this place of physicality, is the bringer of life. And the masculine aspect began to fear that the goddess was far more powerful. And so over time, the logical mind began to design a pattern that suggested that women are less. And over time, many accepted that that was true. And then there are the souls who would never accept, would never take on the belief that I am not powerful, that there is something wrong with me. And there is in the world at this time, you might say, a hate-love relationship with women as they are beginning to remember who they are. Boy, how they have been taught for so long to express themselves is to be subservient, to say that anything that they are told about themselves must be true. But as the magic is emerging, returning again to its holy place, that truth that lives within each one, masculine and feminine, that truth that is almost like a chime that is not audible and yet is felt. A sense of sweetness, a sense of growth, a sense of empowerment that would never dream, or perhaps if it dreamed momentarily, it would recognize within itself that domination isn't really powerful. And there is no magic in suppression. And it feels empty and alone when you have dominance over others, because you can never be one with the whole. You must always remain above. And I assure you that God, Goddess, has no desire to dominate. Their delight, their joy is observing how creation expands, how it moves and grows, what the humans do, what beings of other planets and places and universes accomplish. Spending time with yourself, feeling in to your truth, and becoming more aware as you are willing to experience all that you are, that you can see the outer world, that you can walk in the midst of it, but to remember I am in this world, but not of it. For the inner world is my truth. And so to live your magic, to live it moment by moment. And when the logical mind would come to remind you of negative things, to say no 1,000 times a day, if you must. And turn your thoughts to the power, to the magic of divine love living in you and through you. Blessed Masters, these times are the ending of an order, and the chaos is there because anytime there is birth, there is chaos. And so you are here. You wouldn't have missed it for the world to be in this place, in this time when the magic is returning. And so I call my sister Kuan Yin to come and share with you, to speak of her perspective as goddess of wisdom and mercy. In the greatest of love, I bid you farewell. I am Kuan Yin, and it pleases me muchly to be with you today. I would take you on a journey. I would call you to go with me, and we will go to the bottom of the ocean. And as long as you are with me, there is no fear, for the water is healing. I take your hand, and we dive into the ocean. Deeper and deeper and deeper we go. And the further into the water we go, the more that you find, you remember that beautiful path of love that you have walked for so long, and strayed away like a child looking to find new things. And so it is most beautiful time to recognize, to remember who you are. Many ride the surface of the waves, but they are surface, and they do not wish to look deeply. But as you go with me to the bottom of the ocean, you will remember more. And the deeper you go within yourself, the more that what you have left behind beautifully is waiting, all that you are truly. And so I show you as we go to a place under the water where everything is like a city, and beautiful beings live there, and we are welcomed, and it is joyful, and they celebrate us. And you were told no such thing could ever exist because no one can live in water without dying. And yet, here is beautiful city with many, many, many people. People of joy and happiness that glow with good health, that seem to be amazingly prosperous. I take you there so that you begin to understand so much of what you have been denied. And now you can begin to trust your memories of things that as a child you would remember are beautiful, things that you would wish to take to yourself. And the child would go there because the child did not deny the truth and the beauty of what it feels inside. So we are not going back. We are moving forward to new place to find yourself, to experience your power, and remember, like the child, the beauty of the magic that is so natural. It is your breath. It is your life. It is your beingness.